Hi, I'm Martin Paz. I'm the sales manager for the Americas for Pix4D, and we're here at Geoweek. Geoweek is an annual event, happens every year here in Denver, and it's a time for the entire geospatial community to come together, learn the updates of what we're all doing. We have hardware providers here, software providers, services providers, government agencies, everybody's here at Geoweek. It's a great week. It's a very exciting week. I get text messages from my colleagues who are out of town asking if I'm going to be here. It's a great opportunity for people all around the country and the world to meet up and exchange ideas and learn about how the technology is evolving. It's a great opportunity for learning. It's a great opportunity to see presentations from other companies, from other organizations. We're learning about the advancements in the technology that they're leading, and it's an opportunity for us to meet our great users as well. Well, it's a great opportunity for us to meet our partners, to learn about how we can work together for the next few years. But most importantly, it's an opportunity for us to meet face to face with our users, which is something that's incredibly valuable for us. We're learning how we're helping them with their work, the impact that their work is having on the world, which is incredibly valuable for us to hear, and ways that we can support them further over the next coming months and coming years. One thing that I was excited about for Geoweek in 2025 was to meet with all of our new partners. We've been able to accomplish some really good work over the phone and over email, as I'm sure a lot of us are accustomed to these days. But it's always great to meet people in person, have really in-depth conversations with those that we're working with, and of course also our users. Meeting face-to-face with our users who have used our technology for years. Some are just starting to use our technology now, and it's really great learning from them the impact that they're having in their work and how our technology is helping them with their users as well. We're excited about Geoweek. We're going to be here next year. We've already signed up. Geoweek is really the premier event to meet with the geospatial community, and we're lucky that we meet every year in Denver. Our office is based here in the Denver area, so it's a great opportunity for us to bring our staff, not only from our office here, but from all over the country and world, to meet here with other geospatial professionals around the world. So you can count on us being here next year. We're really excited about it.
I'm Pierangelo Rothenbühler, and I'm the CTO of Pix4D. Gaussian splatting is actually a revolution that is happening right now. It's something that will bring both more realistic models and improve all the traditional outputs such as point clouds or meshes, which will be much cleaner, more complete, and will just change the game for geospatial. That's a good question. It's a different way to model the environment, and it has this extra ability to see difficult surfaces that was not possible before. So, for example, if you have reflections or a white wall, you can start modeling these things which were really tricky to do before with photogrammetry. So this means that all of a sudden you're able to have shiny surfaces reconstructed, you have white walls reconstructed, which opens up a whole new area for photogrammetry for this technology. So it's not just improving the traditional outputs, the traditional use cases, but also creating a lot of new ones. If you just talk about the technology itself, it's going to be really better for thin objects or complex objects. You could think about a substation, an electrical substation, which has lots of complex components in it. I think this will be much simplified now. Or you could think about more indoor cases where as you mentioned, the white walls, this will be much easier than before. And yeah, I mean, it's still a new thing, so I'm sure we'll find out much more in the coming weeks and months. And I'm really excited about it because it's really changing the game. Today it's something that will work with phone acquisition with Pix4D Catch, and it's going to improve all the results that our clients are doing. So you have cleaner point clouds, more complete point clouds, therefore also better meshes, and it really just simplifies your work in a way because you have better quality results. That's an excellent question. As I mentioned, it's at the beginning of this new technology. So of course, it's not a silver bullet. It's not going to solve all our problems at once. As with every technology, you need to really try it out and figure out where you apply it. That said, we have really promising results so far. As I mentioned, it improves the quality of what you can do. But of course, there are limitations as well. For example, today, it still requires a lot of hardware, expensive GPUs to really process the right way, or there is this scalability kind of problem that we need to look into. But this is all things we are researching right now and are going to improve. And the exciting thing about this is that it's the beginning of a new era, and we are at the forefront of it. So we really explore it. We are, going through all the new papers, the research. We contribute to it, and that's what's exciting about this, is that there is a lot of potential with that.
Hi Geoweekers, I'm Ashley Reed, Strategic Partnership Manager at Pix4D, and I am here with
Larry Fox, VP of Marketing and Business Development with Bad Elf.
And so Larry, we have a partnership with Bad Elf that's been active for about 8 months now.
Yes.
And what in your opinion is sort of unique about this partnership?
It all started out with how we actually ended up working together. The way that we could sell each other's products. We put together some strategic bundles that allow users to start from a very basic catch license all the way up to professional Matic with cloud. So it's really an environment that creates a value proposition we could talk to customers about very easily.
Yeah, I agree. I think that a lot of our customers in the subsurface utilities and AEC industries have really benefited from this partnership.
Well, traditionally, you've seen a lot of them in the GIS space. They go out and they measure and they measure and they measure. We're introducing folks to Pix4D Catch and showing all the additional data and value that they could get, especially as things are dug up on the earth. It's absolutely fascinating and eye-opening to see both the imagery and the point clouds and everything you could do both while things are in the ground, but then we show them the augmented reality and the light bulb really comes on.
Yeah, that's so great. As a GIS professional, I can attest to the quality of data that's being collected in this realm, in this capacity.
Amen there.
So Larry, how are your users utilizing Bad Elf in the field?
Well, for example, when we started working with Pix4D, we actually constructed a handle that goes on the back of our GPS receiver that allows people to mount the phone either on the right side or the left side, so we're not biased towards the lefties here. But it creates a very compact kind of form factor where I could do scanning much like your traditional hand scanner, but now I'm using a GPS receiver in my phone.
Yeah.
Really tight, compact, works with all the iPhones that have LiDAR. Everything's calibrated to the antenna, so you're going to get really good results with this configuration.
Yes, I agree. It's amazing. So if somebody wants to utilize this and capitalize on this partnership, how would they get a hold of you?
Well, they could obviously reach out to their Pix4D account manager, but if you go to bad-elf.com, on our website we have all the Pix4D products with their descriptions completely available. If not, just reach out to sales@bad-elf.com and we'll be happy to help you.
Great, yeah, and more information is on Pix4D.com as well. So Larry, how do you work with Bad Elf customers who are new to this environment and workflow?
So what's interesting is we're exposing a lot of people to the thought of being able to use your phone to capture more than simply points or dots on a map. Now we're capturing imagery, we're capturing point clouds. And Bad Elf is not just a GPS company. We provide training, we provide implementation, whether that's remote or on site. So we really want the success of the customer to be driven by putting the right products and services together, along with the training and implementation they might need to really produce the work products they want.
That's amazing, yeah. Do you guys, I guess I should know this, but do you guys do Pix4D training as well, or is that something you work out with us to utilize?
We will do Pix4D training if the customer wants it, because a lot of times we find we're working with their geodatabases, we're helping them design other things. So when we bring it in, we bring the collective solution together with the customer. So now they're using Pix4D effectively in their environment.
Oh, wonderful. Hi, I'm Ashley Reed with Pix4D.
And I'm Thayne Kollmorgen with Freefly Systems.
We are here to talk about our new partnership with Freefly and Pix4D that we've just launched this past week. Thayne, how do you see this collaboration benefiting your end users?
Yeah, so I think one of the great things about this is that you're going to combine a reference standard photogrammetry solution with a reference standard drone and payload. One of the things that happens so often in the drone industry is you have to go around and cobble together some sort of solution to get, to fix whatever it is that you're trying to solve. But with this, you get to go to one place and you get it all together. It makes it really easy.
Yeah, great. I really see a lot of our common users in the utility sector, AEC, public safety, really benefiting from this collaboration.
Yeah, totally. I think, similar thing right now is kind of a time when a lot of people are looking to refleet, maybe de-risk some of their supply chain. And when you're going to switch over, you want to retain the same level of performance and reliability that you had with your previous solution. And when you come to this, you basically be able to do that, and it makes it much more easy to just get going and keep working rather than have to stop and evaluate everything.
Yeah, exactly. So for more information, please check out Pix4D.com.
And you can come to our site too. We'll have all the drones on there that have this package nice and clear.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Tom Cerchiara. I'm a professional land surveyor and I'm a customer success manager for Pix4D here in North America. Yeah, Pix4D offers a really unique proposition for DOTs. Of course, we have traditional drone-based photogrammetry, which everyone knows about, but we also have Pix4D Catch, which is our handheld cell phone-based photogrammetry application. Pix4D Catch allows you to get RTK accuracies out in the field just using your cell phone. There's a lot of use cases, especially in construction inspection for things such as pay items, volume calculations, as-built, and getting data back to the engineers in the office when you need to, say you hit some rocks or an unexpected utility or something along those lines. Similarly, with bridge inspection in the DOTs, Pix4D Catch allows you to get really high fidelity mesh models and point clouds from very close range, allowing you to see cracks and take very precise measurements. For the survey teams in Pix4D, this offers a unique opportunity. The amount of work that's needed out there from the surveyors is immense, and there's just not enough surveyors to go around to be on every job site to as-built every single thing that's out there. Putting this in the hands of the construction inspectors, the construction engineers, and maybe even the contractors out there allows the surveyors in the office to have confidence that the data they're getting is good. It's good as-built data. You can always check it, you can always control it, and you can always check that it is in the right position and that it's accurate. So with Pix4D Catch, you upload directly to Pix4D Cloud, the data processes in our cloud, and then it's available to anyone who's in the organization or that it is specifically shared with to review, visualize, take measurements, and analyze that data. Well, today a lot of the work that's done in the field by construction inspectors is with tape measures, with hand met levels. Sometimes they get a survey crew out there if they can get them on the schedule to as-build some stuff. But a lot of the issues that appear, that come up on construction sites are time-sensitive issues. They have a trench that's open that needs to be backfilled. They have a foundation that needs to be as-built before it's backfilled. There's a problem that needs to be solved so the project can keep moving forward and reduce project delays. So really it comes down to the quickness that you can get this data, the speed that you can get this data either collected or back to the office for them to be able to keep things moving forward. For utility companies, drones are not always the right choice, especially in urban areas and city areas. You're opening up streets, there's a lot of FAA rules you have to go through. So it's complicated to get drones out there. At the same token, you can't always get the survey crews out there. You know, as a surveyor, we're very busy and frankly, we're kind of expensive at times. So putting things like Pix4D Catch in the hands of the inspectors out there on the job site, the contractors out there on the job site to capture accurate as-built data is really, really important for the utilities. It's also a really good way to prevent errors in your data. If you open up a trench in New York City, you have a spaghetti trench, I like to call it, where you have so many utilities in there going in every single direction. There's a lot of error possible in there when you try to use traditional survey methods to locate that, both in the office and in the field. And the time to do that is significant. You could spend half a day on one open pit. Using scanning and cell phone scanning with Pix4D Catch to capture that data is significantly faster and reduces a lot of the error. I also see with the utilities the augmented reality features we have being incredibly useful. Once you have your GIS mapping, once you have a digital twin of your system, you can go out there in the field and visually see those on the ground or underground, those utility locations. It's really good for markout people as well. A utility markout person can go out in the field and they're looking in augmented reality and saying, hey, the plans show the utility over there, but my tracer wire says it's way over here. It's a real quick way for them to scan that, collect that data, and send it back to the office so they can update their records to the true location of that utility. I think there's a couple. The new feature we just released, Gaussian splatting, is really useful. A lot of these utilities are collecting really thin structures, or they're collecting dark black pipes and things like that, which are not traditionally good scenarios for photogrammetry. Gaussian splatting allows us to really refine that and visualize those types of that type of data and those types of objects with high fidelity and high accuracy. Another super useful upcoming feature for utilities is attribute support. We know that when you locate something in the field, there's a lot of information that has to go with that besides your X, Y, and Z. And soon we will be addressing that issue, and you'll see some cool stuff coming out for that later this year. Yeah, in public safety and police, in public safety and police environments, they're using Pix4D Catch for a variety of things. Accident reconstruction, crime scene reconstruction, and merging handheld data with drone data. We find that the police departments like to use the drones to capture an entire scene, see the skid marks of an accident, capture the area where it happened, and all of that kind of stuff. But drones generally don't provide high fidelity on the vehicles themselves for crash analysis and crime scene analysis. So using Pix4D Catch to scan the vehicles and then merging that with your drone data gives you a real complete picture of that scene that can be measured and analyzed. They're using the data from Pix4D Catch as evidence. They're using it as evidence in court, they're using it as part of their cases. The data provides really high fidelity models, really high fidelity visualizations, and very accurate measurements. And that creates a really compelling case for the police and for the attorneys in the courtroom.
My name is Selim Erguden, and I'm a senior business development executive, and I'm looking after Pix4D Engine and Pix4D Enterprise sales in Americas. Pix4D Engine offers automation, scalability, and custom-built workflows. Pix4D Engine has two offerings. The first one is called Engine SDK, which is on-prem solution that's installed either on your own server, desktop, or a laptop. There's no interface, everything runs in a Python background. You can really build your own specific workflows for scalability, automation, and really process all your data sets as efficiently as possible. The second offering is called Pix4D Engine Cloud API, which has an interface and utilizing Pix4D AWS servers, but you can scale your workflow using APIs and scale and automation as well. For Pix4D Engine SDK and Cloud API, we offer them premium VIP support, dedicated account manager, SSOs, complimentary in-person workshops and trainings. Yeah, I'm very excited in Q2 because we're going to be offering project-based access to our enterprise users. They're going to be able to set which customer sees which project, which is going to be very essential for our larger clienteles. The second offering that I'm very excited is the manual GCP workflow that's going to be available in the cloud interface, and that's going to be coming later this year. And both of these offerings combined with the enterprise user management is going to be offering a complete powerful solution for our Pix4D engine users.
Yeah, my name is Alex Pim. I work at ISL Engineering and Land Services, a Western Canada company, about 600 employees in Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan, and the Northern Territories. As a company, we made the purchase of Pix4D about 2.5–3 years ago. We were doing some assessments of the available software out there. We really liked the interface on Pix4D and the kind of the model for how data can be processed. So it's been 2.5 years. We've been using Matic Survey, Pix4D Cloud Advanced, and recently Catch Professional RTK. Primarily, we've been, over the past 2.5 years, scaling and building out our drone program. So capturing photogrammetry data sets, also LiDAR data sets for the survey side, but primarily it's photogrammetry data sets, running them through Pix4D Matic if it's a larger project, Pix4D Cloud Advanced if it's a smaller project, and then basically using those to either export to survey and create line work for project work, or just help with visuals internally or externally. I would definitely recommend Pix4D. We did an assessment of the field, and once again, I think it's the user friendliness, but also the company's vision to kind of continue to evolve and grow and not just be stuck in one box and bring in more software and connect them all. So I really would recommend it. It's been really easy to use for us as well, and then the support's been great. My favorite thing about Pix4D Matic, I love being able to process on the desktop and push to cloud. It's great to have both desktop and cloud versions. For sure, Pix4D, the products in general, 2.5 years has really helped us grow our drone program. I would say that we've grown from kind of just familiarity to really being solid users and like reliable drone pilots and data capturers. But as we continue to grow the program, we get more pilots, more equipment. I think to scale that, we'd love to be able to move to something like Engine if it's suitable to help us scale our workflows and automate those.
All right, well, William Wing. I'm a professional land surveyor in Arizona. I own Infinity Land Surveying, been in business for almost 8 years. Went to school at New Mexico State University in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Graduated in 2003 with a survey engineering degree. Moved to Phoenix and worked in the private world for about 8 years. And now I've been on my own for about a little over 8 years. So I've been using Pix4D software since 2020. I started out with Pix4D Cloud. Actually, I bought a drone, and the drone came with a 1-year subscription to Pix4D Survey at the time. But by the time I downloaded it, Pix4D Survey had gone away, and I got Pix4D Mapper, and that introduced me to Pix4D Cloud, which was just a more efficient way for me to be able to get that model, processed. But I know that it's good. I'm doing a 4-hour drive to a site. I don't want to leave until I know that thing is good. So that's how I started with it, and then I realized I can send the Pix4D Cloud link to my clients. and that puts the power of the point cloud in their hands. You know what I mean? Most people don't have AutoCAD or Topodot or Bentley systems where they can look at these point clouds. So the Pix4D Cloud gives them a platform where they can actually get on there, view the point cloud, pick points out, and it's like they're there without having to have all that other software. So the Pix4D Cloud was a huge, upsell just to my clients. And then the Pix4D Mapper is for the surveyor, right? It's going to make sure that all my control points are tied to that point cloud. I'm the one on the ground, so I'm the one that can check it. And when that point cloud comes in, it's there for me to have and use at my disposal. I want to be able to set control in every file that I have, every scenario that we're at. I want to do more control, not just conventional survey control, right? I want to use, corners of pictures on walls and houses and different things to where we have more backup when we're meshing these point clouds. We want to know for sure that it's checking with what? With another control point that we've surveyed that we know. So getting to a point where the aerial point cloud and the handheld terrestrial point cloud can mesh together and have one solid model to work with, and that you can send to your clients, that you can make these awesome fly around videos with, and then eventually take that data out, vectorize that, whatever process you have to do to vectorize it, get it into a CAD software and create your deliverable, right? At the end of the day, the client really doesn't care what you use, they just want a grid deliverable. And so for me as a business owner, having a product that I can, not per se one-stop shop, but all in one package, right? So that's where I want to be. Yeah, I want to start using Pix4D Matic because I've heard from the conference that's how I can mesh these point clouds together, and that's what I want to do. I want it all, to jive together in one box. So that's my goal for this conference, is to figure out how to do that. And if Pix4D Matic can do it, let's party. Awesome.
All right, thanks, Will.
Yes. Hi, so my name is Rich Butkus, the third. I'm Director of UAV at Surveyor. I've been, over the past 12 years, specializing in survey technology and UAV data acquisition and processes on how to merge those two together. Yes, I've been using Pix4D for about 6 years now, since the early days of Mapper. Now we're on to Matic, bigger and better things. So our normal workflow or normal projects that we're working on are typically large development sites, huge 1,000-acre projects, farmlands, that kind of thing. So we're typically using Pix4D to generate our orthomosaic images, our point clouds and all of that, to where we'll go through and do a manual topo extraction process in order to generate our survey deliverables. Oh, 100%, yeah. It's I think one of my favorite things about it is the dependability. We rarely have issues. The workflow is great. Getting from point A to point B is a very simple process. The ability to have dependable results that are always very accurate. Everything that we do matches our traditional survey crew's ground data by the nearest couple centimeters or so it works out very well.
My name is Kevin Pore and I work for Aerotas and I'm a senior mapping technician. So at Aerotas we focus mainly on photogrammetry with Pix4D Matic. It's an extremely easy software to use, and yeah, it's made our life better every single day. Yeah. When I started at our company, so this would have been in 2021, and I learned very quickly that it was a very easy software to use with lots of resources to help me, and it's been great. So the work that we're getting today, we are seeing an increase of very large projects. So Pix4D Matic has helped us process those jobs extremely quickly. So from the time that I'm getting the initial photos dropped in to when I'm doing my QA, it's very, very quick. So it's improved by the fact that we have a lot of control over the settings. I would say that when we get a very special project brought in and we can kind of do what we need to in the settings and use Matic in that way, I think it's helped us a lot.